Decay, 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 no!
Hi guys, and for today's video, I'm going to give you my first thoughts and impressions on Transformers Cyberworld. Without further ado, let's begin with the video. Okay, so Transformers Cyberworld is the brand new Transformers cartoon for a younger audience. And well, what are my thoughts on the first episode slash, general impressions on the series as a whole, or at least the first episode in general? Well, I really liked the first episode, and pretty much everyone in the Transformers community, well, most people in the community, generally seems to like the first episode, and it's given positive, reception, and it's generally having positive, reviews and inceptions. But what are my thoughts on Cyberworld, or at least the first episode? Well, I thought it was pretty good. It was a solid start to the series. So basically, the episode opens up with Optimus Prime arriving in the Cyberworld, and he basically falls down from the sky, and basically, he's landed on the mysterious planet, which we know is called the Cyberworld, and basically, he's just, figuring out what the heck happened to him, how did he get here, and where are the other Autobots, and, what happened to him. And so he starts, investigating to see what's going on, and eventually, he comes across, a desert, and then he meets Scorponok. But before we talk about that fight scene with Scorponok, I want to say that I did really like the voice for Optimus Prime. He, it's a new voice actor for Optimus Prime. We don't know the voice cast of Cyberworld yet, but so far the voice for Optimus Prime looks pretty good, pretty decent. But then Optimus Prime, arrives in the desert, and then he eventually meets Scorponok. Scorponok, battles Optimus. Optimus, fights Scorponok. There's a few funny, scenes slash gags here and there during the fight scene. Nothing too crazy. But again, Optimus managed to escape and, somewhat defeat Scorponok, or at least escape Scorponok. And then we see him, Optimus going to a new area. And then we see him meeting Grimlock. And Grimlock in this series, his voice is pretty cool. Basically, Grimlock has sort of a Russian accent. That's pretty cool and pretty new for the series in general, for the Transformers series in general. But Grimlock eventually fights Optimus. It's really cool. Another fight scene between them. Optimus eventually uses his battle axe, I think, and then he eventually, tries to get the upper hand on Grimlock. And eventually Optimus does manage to escape and evade Grimlock and basically, foils Grimlock. And then we eventually cut to, Optimus seeing a new Autobot space pod or spacecraft. And we find out Bumblebee's in it. And Bumblebee arrives on the Cyberworld. And Bumblebee's voice is pretty decent and good too. Really like his voice in this. But Bumblebee arrives on the planet. And eventually Bumblebee comes across Megatron, or as he's being called in the series, Mega Bull, because this version of Megatron in the series, he transformed into a bull. So Megatron is a beast former in this series. So Bumblebee meets up with Megatron, or Mega Bull. They talk. Eventually, they have somewhat of a little truce or a team up. They eventually go to the next, sort of like battle task thing. And it's basically like a hit the targets type of game where they had to win points or energon. And so Megatron immediately transforms to attack, the targets. There's another funny joke between, Bumblebee telling, hey, you're supposed to, hit the targets with the blaster, not your actual self, and alt mode or whatever. And so Bumblebee eventually hits the targets. Eventually Bumblebee wins. He eventually wins the points in energon. And then we see Megatron, of course, being a Decepticon and being Megatron, eventually, backstabs Bumblebee and eventually, just betrays Bumblebee. And then the episode ends with Optimus Prime arriving to the scene, and then eventually it's going to be a showdown between Optimus and Megatron, and it seems like it in the next episode. And so the episode ends off there. So, what are my final thoughts on, Cyberworld, or at least the first episode and my general impressions on the series? Well, the first episode was pretty good. Pretty decent start, pretty solid. Action scenes were good. Animation was pretty good. Again, the character models are basically based off the toys for Cyberworld. So I'm guessing they use the CAG models for the toys to actually scan them and do the animation, similar to like Transformers Energon, Cybertron, and the War for Cybertron Siege trilogy on Netflix. But other than, unlike those series, this actually has pretty good, decent animation for using the toy models. And, well, the fight scenes were pretty good. Story and slash pacing was a bit short. Again, this is a much more shorter, very, very short series. It's a YouTube series. It's very short, but it gets the job done. But other than that, Cyberworld, pretty decent start. I'm hoping the rest of the episodes are pretty good quality and has pretty good, action and pretty much good, decent story. I'm hoping it gets to a good, quality and doesn't, drop off. But that, the first episode was pretty decent start, and I'm pretty excited to see the rest of Cyberworld. But other than that, that's pretty much gonna be it for my video. I hope you guys like and enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section below. Did you like or hate Cyberworld? Are you going to continue watching the series? Let me know in the comment section below. Again, that's going to be it for my video. Stay tuned for more Transformers and Tokusatsu related content on the channel. And stay tuned for more non-Tokusatsu related content on the channel as well. And stay tuned for my upcoming movie review of the Superman movie. Stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for my Kamen Rider Gav episode 42 review. That's going to be coming on the channel as well. And again, I know I'm really behind on my Kamen Rider Gav and number 1 Sentai Go Juju reviews. But again, I'm going to be posting more reviews on those series. So stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for more content in general on the channel. Make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel by subscribing to the channel. You'd be really supporting me as a content creator and really supporting the channel. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.